is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. This is video 3 of 3. We're going over all of the bottom end vehicles as well as any of the extra units at the end of the data sheet that they just released today. If you guys are clicking on the video for the first time, go check out video 1, go check out video 2. This is video 3. If you guys are new to the channel, appreciate you guys. We are number 2 in the world for Chaos Space Marines right now, hopefully getting up to number 1 after ACO, if we're not already there, because by the time you watch this, hopefully you're watching it now. And then once you guys watch video 1 and 2, this will make more sense because we're going to be talking about tactics, ideas, combos, stuff like that throughout the entire video. So again, pause, go check out the other 2, then come back and watch this video. But let's get into it. Appreciate all the guys from Dirtbag Nation. If you guys are interested in 40k competitive scene, go check out Patreon, go join Discord. If you guys are interested in buying some shit, go check out Discord. So we're going to get right into it because this is literally 3 straight hours of me recording at this time. All right, so we got Chaos Land Raiders, the first one we're going over. They did release that all the Land Raiders have assault ramps, so they can basically move up and guys can still disembark and charge. We didn't know if you can make a movement out of that, but you can't. So basically you can just disembark and then charge. So basically these guys can move up 10 inches and then you get out 3 inches. So you essentially have a 13-inch move on whatever you're trying to put in these Land Raiders. Sometimes you can have other units in rhinos instead of Land Raiders and get more use out of it because some of our guys now can advance and charge. So if you're in a rhino and you're speed 6, for example, you're going to basically advance out. So you're moving 9 inches out of the rhino if you're speed 6. You're going to advance potentially 3 to 4 inches. So you're basically moving 9, 10, 11, 12 inches out of the rhino for the advance and then charge. So that is the rhino, which is going to be a lot cheaper than Land Raider. Land Raider, if you move up 10 inches, you can then disembark 3 and then still charge. So basically that 13-inch movement, you're paying a lot of points to do that, but at least it protects your guys a lot to get across the table and to move up, 10 inches, get out 3 and then charge, or get out, shoot, and then still charge. So that's the benefit of bringing in the Land Raider, which, might be worth it in 10th edition, just because of that tactic. So putting 12, I believe, guys. Yeah, 12 guys in this Rhino, or half for Possessed and Terminators. So you can bring 5 Terminators and like Abaddon or something, or 5 Possessed and Master Possession, something like that, being able to kind of put into this Land Raider, get out and then charge. But if they're over speed 6, I would suggest just starting them on the table. Or if you use the Land Raider, they're gonna not really benefit from it because they're gonna move out 9 inches. If you advance and charge out of the Land Raider, you could do that if you're Slaanesh or if you're Master Possession, I believe. But then you can only put 5 or 6 guys in the Land Raider to do that. So if you want to do a full 10-man unit, stay out of Land Raider. If you want to do a small unit and just kind of launch out with that extra 3 inches, you can do it that way as well. So he's going to be a launching platform, sit back and shoot, or he's going to be able to move up, deliver his guys, and then get out and charge. So they have Soul Shatter Last Cannons. It's going to be 4 shots. Strength 12, AP 3, D6 plus 1 damage. Twin Heavy Bolter, which is going to be reroll the wounds, exploding on 6s. It has Dark Pack, so it can kind of do different stuff. Strength 5, AP 1, 2 damage. 3 shots, and then everything else in there. So armor tracks, a lot of the tanks now just have flat attacks, hitting on 4, Strength 8, AP 0, 1 damage. So yeah, Land Raider is looking really good for Chaos Space Marine. Just being able to move up and deliver these guys is going to be nuts. So we have a couple different Predators to go over. The first Predator is the Chaos Predator Annihilator. So movement 10, toughness 10. This guy's fucking toughness 12. So like max toughness, 2 up save, 16 wounds, 5 OPSEC. This guy's OPSEC 4, wounds 11, 3 up save. The Predator Twin Last Cannon has 1 shot, hitting on 3s, strength 14, which is probably one of the highest normal tanks in the game, AP 3 and D6 plus 1. Regular Last Cannons on the side, D6 plus 1 as well, strength 12, AP 3. So this is basically just a backline gun platform. They're going to be able to reroll hits if they're within 6 of Abaddon, and each time a range attack made by this model is allocated to a monster or vehicle, reroll the damage roll of 1. So you do d6 plus 1 damage, and if you roll a 1 for the damage, you get to re-roll it, which is huge, because every time we get that 1, we always feel like shit. So even if it's a 2, you got 100% more damage out of him. So that's actually really, really cool. So he has the Dark Pact ability. If you want to get like exploding 5s or 6s, you're going to be putting Nurgle on him. So if he's getting Nurgle exploding on 5s, he only has 2 last cannon shots and 1 up top, which is twin linked. Yeah, so he's equipped with twin last cannon and armor tracks. He can be equipped with 2 last cannons on the side. Yep, so he's going to get 3 shots. Or 2 shots with the last cannon and 1 shot with the twin predator. So he's going to be killing vehicles, monsters. You know, he's going to do a shit ton of damage to him every turn. 48-inch range, move 10, so he's going to get some line of sight on people. I haven't run predators in a very long time. I actually don't even own any predators right now. But if you want the gun platform, shooting pretty far away, this guy's going to be it. But there's a lot of other choices with infantry that we can be bringing in 10th edition. So this guy is the Predator Destructor. He's got the autocannon instead. So same stats up top here. Each time a range attack made by this model targets an infantry, so you have vehicle on the other guy, infantry on this one. This guy improved the armor penetration by 1. So you can bring with this guy, he has Predator autocannon, and you can bring either heavy bolters or last cannons. You're probably, if you're doing infantry, doing heavy bolters. So you bring 2 heavy bolters, that's 6 shots, exploding 5s if you're Nurgle. Strength 5, AP 2 if it's infantry. If you have the Sorcerer, Terminator Sorcerer, comes down, 12-inch targets a unit, you're going to go AP 3 on the heavy bolters, 2 damage, so that's actually going to be mowing down fucking infantry. The autocannon is 4 shots, exploding on 5s if you're Nurgle. Full rerolls to hit again on everything if you're within 6 inches of Abaddon. I'm just thinking of a gun line with Abaddon with Chaos Space Marine. So really, you're just sitting in the back, just unloading everything on the opponents. Strength 9, AP 2, or AP 3 with the Sorcerer flat 3 damage. So he's going to be destroying infantry with this. With the Havoc launcher, it's blast, so that's actually going to be AP 1 as well. And if you want to give it a combi bolter, AP 1. Yeah, so everything is 36-inch plus on this guy, doing 2 and then 3 damage on the shots against infantry. So this guy's going to definitely be munching infantry in this edition. You're going to be hitting on 2s if you give him the Warpsmith. So if the Warpsmith walks up, say, hey, you now hit on 2s with everything with full rerolls exploding 5s. That seems pretty fucking good. All right, so that's that guy. Yep, pretty good. And then this guy I heard is insane. So the Chaos Vindicator. Move 9, toughness 11, 2 up save, wounds 11, 3 obsec. So he's going to have the Demolisher Cannon Blast. Most of the time you can't shoot blast in combat. So when making range attacks with this Demolisher Cannon, this weapon can target enemy units within engagement range of it, provided no other friendly units, so no friendly fire within engagement range of that enemy unit. So if people are smart, they're going to charge this guy as well as charge another unit. So that way you have to fall back to shoot this Demolisher Cannon. If you're playing the small Demolisher Cannon, make sure it's not near other units, so that way if it shoots, it can still shoot in combat and not get tied down. So this guy can shoot his blast weapons in combat and does not suffer the penalty of its hit roll for being in engagement range of one or more enemy units. So I think it could, I'm not sure if it could shoot out with its blast, but when making a range attack, this model does not suffer the penalty of its hit rolls for being within engagement range of one or more enemy units. So I think it could still shoot out and not suffer the -1 to hit, which is really, really good. So if people are charging this unit and trying to tie it down, it can still shoot out and not suffer the penalty for the blast, or shoot in combat and be able to shoot because it is blast. So this guy is going to actually might be able to see the table this edition. D6 plus 3 shots, so minimum 4 shots each. Hitting on 3s, 2s if you have the Warpsmith, strength 14, which is insane. -3. If you have the sorcerer, you're going to be at -4, and then d6 damage. So the d6 is the swingy part of it. D6 damage on 4 shots. I mean, it's d6 damage. So maybe you can fucking spike and just do a shit ton of damage to the target that you're trying to kill. But if you're going after infantry, I'd rather bring the predator over this guy. So yeah, and that's it. So he's going to get d6 into infantry isn't the best. He's going to be mostly targeting big units on the other side of the table. But AP4, most big shit, like character monsters and stuff like that, are going to have probably 4-up invuln save or something. So 50-50 shot's going to go through, and then you have d6 damage on top of that. So maybe he's just cool that he can shoot in combat or shoot out of combat without the minus penalty. Defiler. What do we got for the Defiler? So movement 8, toughness 10, 3-up save, 14 wounds, and 5 OBSEC. He's got the Dark Pacts. Each time the model makes a normal attack advance, it can move over friendly monster and vehicles. I'm just imagining him just crawling over people as if it's not there. This model can move over. So basically you're charging through units and then charging. So you give this guy Slaanesh. I'm not sure if the Slaanesh is only infantry, but if this guy's Slaanesh, he can basically advance and charge. So you're moving 8, advancing, and then shooting, and also charging. So if something's trying to move block you, I give it's only vehicle, right? Oh, sorry, it's friendly. Fuck. Each time this model makes a normal move advance, it can move over friendly. My bad. Friendly monster and vehicle monitors as if it's not there. So if you guys have these guys kind of all jumbled up in a parking lot, you can move through each other. This model can move over terrain feature with 4 inches or less in height as if it's not there. But it has a shit ton of guns. So the Defiler Claws, it has 5 attacks, strength 16. So him charging in and doing the 1 CP strat for the tank shock is going to be insane. So it's 16, most likely 18 dice. On a 4+, you take a mortal wound, max 6, AP3, and then D6 +1 damage, which is insane. Then he's got extra attacks if you want to bring the Scourge. Comes with Defiler Claws. You can take away the Twin Heavy Flamer and replace it with the Scourge, or Havoc Launcher, Heavy Bolter. Alright, so he's got the Reaper Defiler Cannon, which is Blast, at D3 +3 shots, hitting on 3s, strength 10, AP1, 3 damage. So there's a lot of 3 damage on this side of the table. Shooting over shit. He's got the Twin Heavy Bolter as well. Twin Last Cannon if you want. Defiler Cannon is going to be the main shot. So you can make this guy a gun platform, or just have the Blast and Defiler Claws, so you can basically be able to advance and shoot with the Slaanesh keyword. So yeah, I mean, Defilers seem pretty cute. Yeah, not bad. This guy I'm super excited about. So the Forge Fiend. Again, think of everything being able to reroll all hits from Abaddon. So this guy's going to be able to move 8, toughness 10, 12 wounds. He's got a 3-up, 5-up. He has 2 ectoplasma cannons, right? He can have 2 ectoplasma cannons, and then the Forged Jaws can replace with 1 ectoplasma cannon. So it basically just has 3 cannons. They all shoot D3 shot blast. So D3 shot, minimum 2 shot if you're shooting a 5-man or more. If they're a 10-man, it's 3 shots each. So if you're shooting, let's say, Terminators, for example, you're shooting 36-inch range. It's Dark Pacts. So if you make this guy Nurgle, for example, you're exploding on 5s. So full rerolls to hit. If you give it a Warp Master, you're hitting on 2s. So basically you're rolling... you're rolling 9 dice, right? On a 10-man unit, you're rolling 9 dice, hitting on 2s, but your full rerolls, because you're fishing those fucking 5s, full rerolls, let's say you get, I don't know, 4 or 5 5s, you now have 14 shots. Strength is 10, so most of the time you're going to be wounding on 2s against Terminators. So wounding on 2s, AP3, so they have a 5-up or a 4-up, 4-up invuln save, but 3 damage each on those shots. So any 1s or 2s or 3s, those Terminators are just dying. But here's the kicker, guys. Each time this model is selected to shoot, it can use this ability. If it does, until the end of the phase, its ranged weapons has the devastating and hazardous abilities. So anything, I don't know if hazardous, is it to wound or to hit still? If it's 1s to hit, I'm still fucking going ham and trying to roll as many exploding 5s as I possibly can. But 6s to wound turn those 3 damage plasma cannons into mortal wounds. So -3, mortal wounds. So if they don't have any mortal wound saves, just dead. Fuck. So 3 of these guys across the table with 3 Venom Crawlers. Shit, does it say? I'm not sure. Do they? I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know how many fucking of these vehicles you can bring yet, but 3 Venom Crawlers, 3 Havoc Launchers, 3 of these guys, Forge Fiends, or 3 of the Obliterator units. You're just going to have the biggest gun line in the freaking game. I need to buy some of these guys. So I have the melee guys, these dudes, not Forge Fiends. I have Mauler Fiends. I have 3 Mauler Fiends. I need to get some Forge Fiends. And maybe I should do magnets so I don't have to buy more models. So Forge Fiends, they're basically going to be able to shoot 36-inch, minimum 6 shots each. Hitting on 2s if you have the Warp Master, Strength 10, AP3, 3 damage. It's going to be insane. Devastating ones. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try these guys out. These guys look fucking insane. Hellbrutes. Having 1 Hellbrute on your side of the table right next to Abaddon. He has an aura. While friendly Heretic of Stars unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time that unit makes a Dark Pact, until the end of the phase, its weapons gain both abilities instead of 1. So your entire fucking gun line is going to have auto wounding 6s or 5s and exploding 6s or 5s, depending on what marks you're giving everybody. I mean, it's not going to be super beneficial for this guy because you want the devastating wounds, but that's insane. So just having 1 Hellbrute on your side of the table, even give it some missiles. So you give it a twin autocannon, which is 2 shots, strength 9, AP 1, 3 damage. Maybe even like twin bolter, twin last cannon if you really want to go some damage. But you're having a shooting platform, 2-up save. Doesn't have a demon save, but 2-up save. OPSEC 3, 8 wounds. You can even give it the fucking plasma cannon as well. Yeah, so this guy in between all 3 plasma cannons with Abaddon, you're just exploding everything all over the place. Shit. Alright, so that's a good combo. I used to do this for Grey Knights. You put 1 Dread Knight in between all your guys. He gets to reroll all 1s to hit or wound. This guy's just going to be able to have gain both abilities conferred to that pact instead of only 1. Oh, shit. That is awesome. So yeah, that's that combo is going to be insane. Helldrake, I love the Helldrake. I love the model. I love converting them. I love the specialty if you want to bring a Warhammer model for the Bone Demon, Bone Dragon for our Night Lords. So this guy has the Balefire. With flyers now, you can choose to get rid of the aircraft keyword if they have hover, and put them into hover mode, so that way on turn 1 you can start them on the table, and they gain the they lose the aircraft, so they gain the you can't shoot them on the other side of the terrain feature. So that's going to help out bringing these guys on the table, because with movement 20 you're going to be able to move 20 and then charge, or move 20 and flame or something, or move 20 flamer and charge. So these guys are going to be depending on the points, toughness 9, 3 up, 5 up, 12 wounds, OPSEC 0, so he's not going to be able to get objectives, but he has Dark Pact, so he's going to be either he already hits, ignores cover, so Dark Pact would only be beneficial in the melee phase or fight phase. So he's got Devastating Wounds, which is awesome. He's got anti-fly too. So if you're going against units with fly, you're automatically wounding them on 2s with devastating wounds. So these guys moving 20 inches, charging, 5 attacks, dark pack exploding. Let's say he's Slaanesh, maybe? I think with Slaanesh you can advance and charge. But Slaanesh, you explode on 5s. So 5 attacks, exploding on 5s, wounding on 2s against fly models, and devastating wounds. Shit. So imagine how much stuff in this game has fly now. These guys are actually going to be pretty sick. AP 1, 2 damage. So they're going to kill infantry pretty easily. And each time this model makes an attack that targets a unit with fly, add 1 to the hit roll. So hit on 2s in combat. So hitting on 2s, exploding on 5s if you're Slaanesh, can advance, shoot, and charge. Or 1 CP, you can fall back, shoot, and charge, I think. I'm not sure if that's the same strat. Holy shit. That's insane. Yeah, Helldrakes look good. Helldrakes look great. Alright, Mauler Fiends. Mauler Fiends, they can re-roll the advance, so they're going to be super quick on the table. Re-roll the advance and charge rolls made for this model. So full re-rolls to advance and charge. And you can ignore any and all modifiers with the move characteristic, advance, and charge rolls made for it. So basically, he doesn't get slowed down at all. He's super pissed. He's just running at you as fast as he possibly can. He's strength 14, so him charging in with the 1 CP tank strat, tank shock or whatever it's called. 14 dice plus 2 if you're under toughness 14. So you're basically going to do 3 to 6 mortal wounds on the charge, and you get 6 attacks if you are Slaanesh, exploding 5s with the Dark Pact. You can advance and charge with it. AP 2, D6 plus 1 each. Damn. So you could just kind of give them +1 to hit and launch them across the table with your Warp Master. The Magma Cutters, I think, are pretty cool now. So you can, instead of the Lasher Tendrils, you can replace with 2 Magma Cutters. So instead of the extra attacks, right, you get 6 extra attacks. Is it 2 Tendrils? No, so just 6 extra attacks. It used to be, I think, damage 2. Now it's only damage 1. I'd probably just do the Magma Cutters. So you're moving 10, advance, and you get to reroll the advance roll. You shoot 6 inches, right? So you threaten 16 plus D6, and then you can charge afterwards. But in combat, you can still shoot in and out of combat with your Magma Cutters. 4 Melta shots. Hitting on 3s. Strength 9, AP 4, D6 damage. D6 plus 2 if you're within 3 inches. So if you're shooting guys in combat, it's minimum 3 damage each. If you're shooting out of combat, 6-inch range. So this guy's gonna be insane. I mean, he was cool last time. Now he's just even cooler. Fuck, that's so good. All right, so Rhinos, they actually get to heal themselves each turn. The Demon Fiends, they don't heal every turn now, which kind of sucks, but the Rhinos do. So in your command phase, get 1 lost wound. I don't see anything about it getting bracketed. So like these guys, if they get bracketed, they just subtract 1 from the hit roll. This thing keeps up its 12 movement, doesn't get bracketed. So that's actually the first time I noticed that. Movement 12. Now with Rhinos, now they can move and then guys can get out and shoot still. So if you put like Havocs in this, or a really shooty army like Noise Marines or something like that, you can basically move 12 inches. They can then get out and still shoot. You can't charge unless you have the assault ramp. But these guys will still be able to kind of help maneuverability, and guys advancing and charging out of the Rhino is going to help with that extra 3-inch movement. So putting a Rhino behind a wall, let's say Chosen, for example, with Fabius Bile, for example, they get to advance out of the Rhino and then charge still with Slaanesh. Yeah, so the movement with the Rhino is going to be good for this edition as well, being able to advance and charge out of a Rhino. With that keyword, And yeah, that's really why I would be bringing a Rhino, is that I could put either Chosen or Legionnaires in it, and just get that extra movement coming out of the Rhino. And obviously help you guys survive a little bit longer. So you cannot teleport Possessed, Oblitz, or Terminators, or Jump Pack. So really it's just Chosen, Legionnaires. It doesn't say anything about Cultists or anything. Or Curse Cultists. So, sweet. How many Cursed Cultists can we fit in there? Because it doesn't say anything about... Hold on one second. Maybe somebody can help me answer this. I'm not sure if this was the same as last edition, but it just says 3 to 6 Torments and 5 to 10 Mutants. So it doesn't say for every 5 you can add one of these or whatever it may be, but does that mean I could bring 6 Torments and 5 Mutants? Because if that's the case, that's 6, that's 11 guys, which then could fit in a Rhino. And if you want to attach like a Dark Apostle or something, or the other character to it, like these guys, Dark Commune, I mean, this is a big fucking unit. You have 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 guys. So that means I could fit 7 guys in the Rhino with these guys. Yeah, or yeah, so you bring these guys with 7, so you can bring 5 and then 2. Nah, it's not really worth it. getting in the Rhino. You can just put a full unit of these guys in the Rhino. Most of the time in the Rhino, you're going to go either 10-man Legionnaire unit, or I'm thinking 10-man Chosen unit with the Master of Execution being in there, and the other character guy, this guy. So they're going to be able to charge out, advance, and charge. So both those characters can advance and charge. They're going to have +1 to hit roll, so everybody in that unit's going to hit on 2s. And if they have a keyword, let's say Corn or something, they're going to auto wound on 5s. Or Slanesh, they can explode on 5s. So any one of those things, that's going to be really good for Rhino. So if you have 2 Rhinos, 2 Exalted Champions, 2 Master of Execution, 2 Chosen units, that's going to be a super, super fast killy unit coming out of the Rhino. I also noticed there's no open top on the Rhino. I thought they were going to get like open 2, where 2 models can shoot out of the Rhino like it was before, but it just has Deadly Demise, so it doesn't have any other keyword that you could shoot out of the top of it, which kind of sucks. I'm not sure if Grey Knights, hopefully Grey Knights get that, but right now we do not. All right, so 12 Heretic Astartes infantry models can be transported. Terminators, Jump Pack, and Possess cannot, but it doesn't say anything about Cultists or Cursed Cultists. So if you bring a Cursed Cultist, you can fit 6 Accursed Cultists and 6 regular Cultists. Sorry, 6 Beasts and 6 regular guys in there. Can't put Spawn in there because they are beasts, they're not infantry, but Spawn look really fucking good too. So Chaos Spawn, movement 8. They have 5 up, feel no pain. So they have a 4 up save, 5 up, feel no pain. You can get a 4 up invuln save if you're near the crown, if you want to bring the crown. It has dark packs as well, d6 plus 2 damage, just like the Cursed Cultists. But I think having a unit of like 2 of these guys running around is going to be fucking deadly. They have 2 damage weapons, strength 5, AP 1, hitting on 4s with dark packs. At the start of each command phase, you basically regain up to D3 lost wounds. Before, we used to regain all the wounds. So yeah, these guys are going to be running all over the fucking board. 3 units of 2, 3 units of 3, 1 unit of 3, or 3 units of 1, just being annoying. D6 plus 2 damage each, so that's 2d6 plus 4 attacks for 2-man unit. Strength 5, let's say you get exploding 6s or something. Yeah, it's nuts. So Spawner definitely going to be seen on the table. This guy is just insane. If you want to bring him, I've never played with him. I don't have one. I don't want to buy one. I mean, I kind of do want to buy one, but I just don't know about the tournament scene. If you just want to bring 3 of these guys in Abaddon, just be like, hey, I'm having fun. Deadly Demise is kind of scary though. D6 plus 2, everything within 6 inches of him, so it'll just blow up and kill most of your army. In the fight phase, after this model is finished making its attacks, if this model is destroyed by 1 or more enemy units this phase, each enemy unit within 6 inches of the model must take a battle shock test. So after this model is finished making attacks, if this model is destroyed 1 or more enemy units. So everything within 6 inches, if he killed somebody, has to take a battle shock test. Cannon is a blast, 18 inches range, d6 plus 2. The cannon, d6 plus 3 shots, strength 10, AP2, 3 damage. Yeah, this guy, again, he always hit hard, always scary. 24 wounds, toughness 13. He only has a 3-up, 5-up though. That's weird. And then the melee, he's got a sweep attack for 15 attacks. He's got dark packs. Weapon skill 3, strength 8, -2, 2 damage. So maybe this guy with the Warpsmith just hitting on 3s with everybody around him. Shooting on 3s with everybody around him is a really good combo. So the Warpsmith walking around with this guy should be super fun. Just healing him 3 every single turn. Does the Warpsmith say that you can only heal him once? Because that would be insane if you could bring multiple Warpsmiths and heal the same model multiple times. Maybe in the core rules it says it. But can the Warpsmith heal the same guy multiple times? Disco Lord, I'm so sad. Okay. In your command phase, select 1 friendly vehicle unit within of this model. That vehicle model regains D3 lost wounds, and until the start of your next command phase, each time that model makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Each model can only be selected. Okay, so you can only heal him once, 3 turns. That makes sense. That would be bonkers if you're just walking around with a skull dude with 3 Warpsmiths behind him. You're never dying. All right, so that's that dude. Let's go to the next guy. This thing, I was hoping that it still gained the CP. I've been using this. I'm bringing this to ACO. It's super good blocking out the backfield. 4 up invul and save everything within the range of it, and you gain 1 CP. Now it's just toughness 11, 3 up save, 4 up invul, and everything within 9 inches has a 4 up invul and save. So basically everything within 9 inches of this guy bubble has a 4 up invul and save. 14 wounds, which isn't bad. 6 damage went up 2. 6 range 6, 8 attacks, hitting on 4, strength 8, AP1, 2 damage. So if they get close to you, potentially could do this. It's a vehicle, so you can still shoot in combat, I believe. It's fortification, doesn't have the vehicle keyword, so maybe not. Each time the range attack is allocated to a model, if that model is not fully visible to every model in that attacking unit, because of this fortification, that model has the benefit of cover against attack. So I'm thinking if you put this in front of your army, and I'm not sure if it goes both ways. It might go both ways. Each time a range attack is allocated to a model, if that model is not fully visible to every model in that attacking unit because of this fortification, that model has a benefit of cover. So basically, if you shoot and they shoot, everybody's getting cover. Yeah, so I don't get it. While enemy units is only within engager range of 1 or more fortifications from your army, that unit can still be selected as a target of a range attack. So if they're in combat with your fortification, you can still shoot into combat and subtract 1 to the hit roll. And then models in that unit do not need to take models in that unit do not need to take desperate escape tests due to falling back while battle shocked, except for those that move over enemy units. Okay, so if you were to fall back from this model, you don't have to take a desperate escape if you're battle shocked, because it's not really moving or doing anything. So the only question I have with this is this paragraph right here. So basically you get cover on the other side of it, but you don't want to give cover. That kind of defeats the purpose of it. Each time a range attack is allocated to a model, if that model is not fully visible to every model in the attacking unit because of fortification, that model has the benefit of cover against that attack. So if this thing is like, out front and everybody's trying to shoot your vehicles, your gun line in the back, your gun line is going to have the benefit of cover even if they're in the open. But if you don't move out and shoot, do I have to pick one spot? Fuck, rules. So 10th edition, do you pick up a spot on the model to determine line of sight and in cover? So let's say the half your vehicle's behind this crown and half of it's not. Can the one half that's not behind this vehicle shoot, see the entire unit on the other side of the table, and then they don't get cover? So core rules, I don't know if they're the same as 9th. So they're still brand new, still fucking, hopefully this gets updated soon. Vastor they released in here. So Vastor doesn't have a leader keyword, so he's got to be by himself. Unholy mechanisms, or while a demon engine vehicle is within 6 inches of this model, add one of the strength characteristic of weapons. So all your ranged weapons, if they're demon engine, so your Venom Crawler is going to be strength 7, your ectoplasm is going to be strength like 10 or 11. Add one to the strength, everything within 6 inches. At the end of the movement phase, select one enemy vehicle within 18 inches and visible to this model until the start of the next movement phase. Have the move characteristic of models in that unit and subtract 1 from the attack characteristic of melee weapons. So he's just going to fuck up vehicles a little bit, so they're not going to be able to move as far. I'm thinking, what's a vehicle that you're really afraid of? I guess if they have a Land Raider, that Land Raider is only going to move 5 inches and then they get out and charge. So that's going to be, I guess, a good strat. He has 6 attacks, anti-vehicle 4 with devastating wounds on damage 3 weapon, and he's got a sweep. So if he goes against a vehicle, he's going to do some damage. 4 up invuln, 2 up save, toughness 9, 12-inch move. He has fly. So he's okay. If you like him as a model, I mean, he's a really cool model, and you just want to run a demon engine army, he'll be pretty cool. But I think he'll just be shot, honestly, off the table. Like if he was near a demon engine and then he gained like Lookout Sir or Lone Operative or whatever it may be, then he'd be worth it. He's an epic hero, so you can't give him like Nurgle or something, so he can't be targeted. So he should have every keyword, right? Doesn't he? Isn't that in the lore? Like he has every keyword? But here's the extra stuff at the bottom. So we have our Trader Guardsman. This was new in this edition. 5 up save, 2 OPSEC, probably just a cheap unit with guns. Combining him with the one dude down here. I'll go over him in a little bit. But while this unit is a range objective marker, each time a range attack targets this unit, they gain the benefit of cover. So if you have an objective out in the open, these guys are going to be in cover, so they have a 5 up down to a 4 up potentially for AP 0. And that's about it. These guys look pretty cool. So they actually have Scout 6, which is the only scout we have in the army. So they get to pregame move 6 inches. I guess if they're in a Rhino, yeah, so if they're in the Rhino gets the pregame move 6 inches. Each time this unit declares a charge, if one or more of those targets of that charge are within range of an objective marker, add 2 to the charge roll made for that charge. So these guys are going to be able to get 2d6 plus 2 on the charge. So turn 1, if they're scout moving 6, and then they move and then they get to charge, and probably steal other scouts off the objectives. That's going to be pretty cool. So maybe bringing a 5-man unit of this or a 10-man unit. I don't know how many points they're going to be, but it's 10 guys in the unit. They can have a plasma pistol, a great weapon, and corrupted staff. So corrupted staff is devastating wounds psychic, D3. Great weapon is 2 attacks, 2 damage. And then the psychic is D3, strength 5, AP 1, 1 damage. So you mainly bring these guys just for the scout move. And being in a Rhino, they can basically get out 6, 7, 8, 9, and then charge, +2 out of that. So they're actually going to be able to get charged something pretty far across the table turn 1. 5 up save. They have the Dark Pact. So you might be able to give Nurgle, Slanesh, or any of those keywords to them so they can advance and charge out of the Rhino. They're infantry, they have grenades. Yeah, so that's actually cool. I might have to go buy a unit of these guys. Just for the scout, just for the pregame move. Any secondaries you need, you're gonna get across the table with them. Yeah, these guys are gonna be cool. This guy looks awesome. So putting him with the he's a leader, so putting him with the trader guardsman unit. He actually has a 4-up Feel No Pain ability when the mutated bodyguard, the Ogren, is still alive. So while this unit contains a trader ogre, so while the ogre is alive, he has a 5-up save, 5-up invuln, but a 4-up Feel No Pain. So anything with precision, he's going to have a 4-up Feel No Pain ability, which is pretty cool. So precision is not going to be able to take him out that easily. They can use Insane Bravery for 0 CP, even if somebody else used it as well. You just have to kill a model, so basically he just shoots one of his guys in the head with his pistol. The Ogren weapon is pretty good. 5 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 7, 1 AP 2 damage, and he has the Power Fist. 3 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 6, 2 AP 2, 2 damage. So them in a trader, this unit is not going to be bad. Basically, they're going to get covered in the open. You're going to bring these guys mainly just for their guns. They probably come in from reserves and do something. Do actions. And if you want to add these guys just because their models are fucking awesome, they're never going to flee because of the brutal example. They have Dark Pact, so you can actually do some crazy shit with them. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, I would say. And that's actually the last unit. So holy shit, guys, we are done reviewing the Chaos Space Marine. We're going to do a video for you guys. If this is the 3rd video you're watching, I appreciate you guys sticking with us for all 3 videos. We're going to make a tactical video next. We still have Death Guard to do later today. Grey Knights are coming out tomorrow. Assassins after that. We have to do Sisters. We're going to do Custodes. So there's just so much I have to do. ACO is coming up this weekend, so I apologize. We're not going to get through everything by this weekend, but stay with me because we're going to give our insight. I am a very competitive player, so hopefully my insight is helping you guys out and getting better at the game and learning a little bit, about tactics and what you should be looking out for. There's a lot of tactical videos on the channel if you want to go check out those videos. But guys, appreciate you guys. Go click out on the Discord. Sorry. So Patreon, if you guys want to get better at the game, go ahead over to Patreon. We are selling 3D6 Wargamer objective markers with all the sticker guys. You get to pick your own custom 6. There's objective dotted marker in the middle because 10th edition you can't be sitting on objectives, so it's good to update your objective markers. Dirtbag dice roll amazing. They're $1 each over on Discord. We already sold over 1,000. And then the stickers go with the Dirtbag dice. They're really cool. And what else? There's going to be widgets that I'm going to be making. I'm probably partnering up with one of the Dirtbags to make some really strong 3D widgets with the Dirtbag logo on it. Jerseys, I'm contemplating on making some Dirtbag jerseys. If you guys are interested, definitely let me know on Discord. But guys, so much more to come on this channel. I appreciate all the rapid growth. You guys are fucking awesome, and hopefully you guys go check out my other videos. Hit the subscribe notification so these videos actually pop up for you guys. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.